Yo, what is good with y'all boys? Welcome back to a brand new video. And today's video, I'm showing you guys the best aquarium guide to maximize your profits inside of fish. Now, before we get to this video, make sure you guys do smash that like button and hit that subscribe button, as I would really appreciate it and it does help with the channel a lot. But yeah, let's go ahead and get directly into this guide. Let's get it. Alright guys, now actually getting into the aquariums themselves, if you don't know how aquariums work, basically you can end up putting fish inside of your aquarium for passive income. So as you guys can see, I have a bunch of fishes in here, whole bunch of corrupted megalodons and moss lurkers and stuff, and they're going to be generating me around 5 million in profit. But basically, in order to get these fishes, there's going to be a plethora of ways to get these expensive fishes. One of the main ways I would definitely end up recommending is going to be through admin events. Some of the best admin events you could end up getting is going to be like the corruption event, super size, or even the alien event is really good. I think I have an alien UFO in here somewhere. Yeah, right here I have this alien UFO in there. But basically, those are going to be like during weekends or even like when they do like patches and stuff throughout the day. They'll run occasionally run some of them admin events, and they're very good for money. Now if you guys aren't playing during the time of an admin event, or you really don't want to wait and rely on the admin stuff, the one place I would recommend you end up going is going to be the luminescent cavern and the crimson cavern. Now basically in here you could end up finding some really good fishes. Like if you do enough fishing over here, you can end up finding the colossal blue dragon, and that's a very good fish you can end up fishing up. You can also fish up the secret here, which is like very expensive. I can't remember exactly off the dome how expensive it is, but it is a very expensive fish. Now if we do end up heading over here to the crimson, we're going to use this motorcycle, so we don't take no oxygen. There's going to be another one which is going to be the crimson red dragon, but basically you're just going to want to spam sundials until these dragons and stuff end up spawning in. So yeah, as you guys can see, this toy definitely does not control well, but in here you're gonna end up finding the red colossal ethereal dragon over here, and you could also, I think you could fish up the secret in here too. But yeah, two very good fishes, and they do sell for quite a lot. And I think those are personally the best non-admin fish you can end up fishing up. Now another thing I would recommend is if you have the evil pitchfork, you definitely should use this rod because it makes the fishes a lot bigger. I mean, if you don't have it, that's fine, but it'll make the fish, like I think like 5 times or 2 times, somewhere around there. It makes the fish, it'll always give you the big mutation. And if you don't know, basically the mutation in the size of the fish basically makes it how much money you're gonna end up earning pretty much. So yeah, all my fishes, they are big and they are making me a ton of money. Now there's gonna be another method that we're gonna end up using to even further boost our profit. So this is just gonna be the fishes you're gonna need for your aquarium, but let's actually get into how we're gonna end up boosting our profits. Alright guys, now when it comes down to actually maximizing our profits, you're gonna end up catching those fish, whether it's the admin fishes or it's gonna be the colossal blue dragons or whatever fish you end up having, some expensive fish, and then you're gonna want to take it over to this appraiser. Now I'm only taking it over here to check the price of it. So as you guys can see, this is a 5 million dollar fish right here. Okay, but basically what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna end up using our traveler's whistle to end up going over to the treasure island. Now if you don't know how to get this, basically you can end up finding it at the merchant's boat. So just look around until you end up finding the merchant's boat, and then he'll sell the traveler's whistle. And basically we can end up using this to go ahead and teleport ourselves over to the treasure island. All right guys, now for 75,000 we're gonna end up teleporting ourselves to the treasurer's island, as you guys can see, and now we are here inside of the island. Now basically, essentially what we're gonna end up doing is going over here to like the giant coliseum area at the tippity top. Now keep in mind this fish was around like 5 million when I was about to sell it, but pretty much this is going to be how we're going to completely just boost the profits of the fish and make it super expensive. So yeah, we're going to end up climbing up here. My glider always wants to break, but yeah, we're going to end up climbing up here, and then you're going to end up going over to the treasures appraiser who's over here in the back. Now once you do end up doing that, you're going to want to end up going over here to him, hold out your fish, and then you're going to want to end up appraising it. As you guys can see, it's going to end up charging you 1,000 credits, and yeah, there we go. Now as you guys can see, you're basically just going to want to play this game of tower, and if you've ever gambled before, like I said in the last video, it's going to be kind of like that. But yeah, it probably will take you a little minute, maybe like 10 minutes or something before you end up getting it. But basically it's just going to be a random order of fish you're going to want to end up appraising until you end up getting it all the way. Now basically this is going to end up boosting the profits completely, and there's going to be golden fish along the way which make it 1.2. Now this definitely used to be a lot better back in the day, but it did end up kept kind of falling off a little bit with all of the updates. But yeah, personally, I would just recommend going down the middle until you end up getting it. But we're gonna do this until we end up getting it, so let's go ahead and do that. All right, guys, I think we're gonna get it right now. Just one more pick away, and there we go. We ended up getting it. It's 1.65x Genie. So yeah, as you guys can see, our fish is a lot more expensive. And now I'm gonna take it back to Moosewood just to show you the day and night difference about how expensive this fish is. As you guys can see, you're gonna want to end up going over here to the appraiser, and then you can end up appraising it or looking at the price. And there we go. This fish went from 5 million all the way to 8.5 million, and that's why this is so important, because this is gonna make your aquarium go like up by like 20-30% just in value. So yeah, you're definitely gonna want to do this to all your fishes, and they're gonna be very expensive, and that's gonna be one of the other ways you can end up maximizing your profits. All right, guys, now if you guys do want to further boost your aquarium profits, you can end up going over to the aquariums and using these fish snacks. Now I already have mine active, but without it active, it's around at like 4.95-ish million. But with them active, it'll end up boosting it by a whole bunch. I think by at least like 10% or something, 10-15%. So it's definitely gonna make your aquariums a lot more expensive, and they are fairly cheap to end up purchasing. If we do take a look, it's only gonna be 1,500 for the Guppy's Best, 25,000 for the Splash Snacks, and 4,500 for the Fish Chow. And this lasts 1 hour, so you're gonna have to keep buying it over and over again. But yeah, this is definitely gonna be very helpful to end up boosting the amount of profit you're gonna end up making yourself with this aquarium, and it definitely does end up helping out. Now, as you guys can see, our aquarium, it is gonna be looking stacked at this point. It's gonna have an insane online, insane offline. Now over here, I didn't really explain the profits too much, but this is gonna be like the items that comes along with it additionally. So stuff like exalted relics and totems you can end up getting right here, and a bunch of XP as well. Now if you guys do need further help with like basically how this is gonna end up working, you could end up pulling up this website to basically calculate everything you're gonna end up getting. So yeah, we're gonna end up heading over to the Fish Wiki, and there's gonna be a couple of things we can end up doing over there to basically help maximize the amount of money and profit gain and stuff we can end up doing with this aquarium. So let's go over to the wiki, guys. Now as you guys can see, we are over here at the Fish Wiki, and basically this is gonna end up explaining us to the exact specifics of how we're gonna maximize this aquarium. But basically, to explain what this does, it's gonna end up going over the fish food. As you guys can see, this is gonna be all of the multipliers and stuff, and we go down, this is the profit calculations, basically how it's ended up calculating. Now you could end up doing this yourself, because I honestly, I don't even know how this works pretty much, just some multiplications and divisions and stuff. But basically over here, it tells you all of the penalties and stuff. So say for an example, you get a shiny serene skilla that weighs 371,000. It basically just shows you how much the multipliers and stuff detract from how much you're gonna be making an hour. So this is gonna be making around 228,000. But as you guys can see down here, it's gonna be the items. So depending on what rarity your item is, it basically ends up explaining what it ends up, the amount of items it ends up getting. And these are all of the things that like you can get. You can get stuff like the Song of the Deep, a cosmetic bloop crate, all type of stuff. And if you end up going down here, it's the patch notes. So yeah, this wiki, it is very valuable, very useful for basically maximizing how much you're gonna end up getting with this aquarium. And yeah, guys, that basically wraps up this aquarium guide. Another little tip I would just recommend is leaving your game on if you can, because basically you get a lot more online than you do offline. So yeah, just leave your stuff on, get like an auto clicker, have it clicking overnight. You're definitely gonna make a lot of profit. If not, you definitely can just have it sitting offline. You're gonna make a bunch of offline or online profits and get a bunch of items. But yeah, that's gonna end up wrapping up everything inside of this video. I hope you guys did end up enjoying it. Make sure you guys do have a blessed Sunday, and yeah, have a great day, y'all. Swipple out.